Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. First of all, let me thank you all for coming here. Let me introduce myself. I'm Pupah Pauziah from elementary education. Today, I like to present about adolescence development. The topic is very important for you because the physical change experienced by adolescent will affect various other developments such as cognitive, moral, social, and religious development. So that an understanding of adolescent physical development is expected to provide various information and help anticipate and minimize various problems that will be faced by adolescents. I have divided my present into 5 parts: definition of adolescent development, characteristic of adolescent growth and development, stage of adolescent development, adolescent deviation, and causes of juvenile delinquency. My presentation will be take about 20 minutes. Definition of adolescent development. In this part of my presentation, I like to talk about definition of adolescent development. Definition of adolescent development is a life process that involves physical, behavioral, cognitive, and emotional change toward maturity. So, adolescent development is the process of changing one's life through physical, from physical children turning into teenagers, change in behavior, some change for the better, or change deviant mindset, and the existence of emotional change that are very noticeable in adolescents. They will trend to be more sensitive. This is called the process of maturity. Let's now move on to characteristic of adolescent growth and development. Okay, characteristic of adolescent growth and development divided into five parts: physical growth, thinking ability, identity, relationship with parents and with peers. First, physical growth in early adolescent, 11 to 14 years. The growth of adolescent girls is characterized by the onset of breast growth and enlargement of the testicle experienced by adolescent boys, as well as the growth of feathers in certain areas. Second, thinking ability. Adolescents have been able to view problems comprehensively, and intellectual identity has been formed. Uh, Third, identity. At this stage, adolescents try various roles, uh, change self-image, love from themselves, increases an age. Fourth, relationship with parents. In this early stage, in the early stage of adolescence, depend on parents, and there is no major conflict with uh, parental control, while in the mid-adolescence change experience the main conflict with independence and control. Next, fifth, about relationship with peers. Relationship with peers. This is adolescent have friendships in adolescent are usually to the same gender, but they also have the ability to attract the opposite sex. Okay, let's now move on to stage of adolescent development. This is stage of adolescent development. For one, early adolescent, uh, middle adolescent, and late adolescent. Early adolescence is adolescent at this stage is still astonished by the change that occur his own body. They develop new truths, are quickly attracted to the opposite, and are easily cause erotically reduce control over the ego, make this early adolescent difficult for adults to uh, to gender. Okay, sorry. Second, about middle adolescent. At this stage, adolescents are in desperate of friends. He was glad that many friends would admit it. Adolescent boys should break free from Oedipus complex. Oedipus complex is feelings of love for one's own mother in childhood by strengthening relationship with friends. In the late adolescence, this stage is the period leading into the adult period and is characterized by the achievement of five things, namely increasingly steady interest in finding opportunities for new experience, sexual identity that will not change again, balancing between personal and general interest, and growing a wall that separates private self and the general public. Let's move on to adolescent deviation. Deviant behavior is any behavior performed by a person that doesn't conform uh, to the to the norms in society. This can be interpreted as a form of juvenile delinquency that is the same as committing deviant behavior in society. Here is an example of juvenile delinquency is namely smoke, drug, brawl, drinking alcohol, promiscuity. Well, this brings me to the end of my first per my first presentation of point. This brings me to the end of my first point about causes juvenile delinquency. Causes juvenile delinquency have two factors. First factors, internal and external. Internal factors occur due to an identity crisis. Identity crisis occurs when adolescent fails to achieve the identity of his role in his life, and in addition, weak self-control, unable to develop self-control to behave according to his knowledge. And external factors usually occur due to lack of attention from parents, usually occur in children with parents who are busy working or broken home. An external factor, more lack of understanding of religion. Adolescents are usually easily affected by their environment. If he gets along with good people, then it will be good, and vice versa. And place of education, such as schools, usually occur delinquency when hours are empty or after school. Well, this brings me to the end of my presentation. Before I stop, let me go over the key issues again. Adolescent development is a process that involves physical, behavior, emotional, cognitive change toward maturity. The character of adolescent growth and development are physical growth, thinking ability, identity, relationship with parents and peers. Stage of adolescent development divided into three stages, namely early, middle, and late adolescence. The example of adolescent deviation is smoke, drug, brawl, drinking alcohol, and promiscuity. Causes of juvenile delinquency occur cause internal factors and external factors. Internal factors occur due to identity crisis and weak self-control. External factors occur due to lack of parental attention, environmental influences, age. In my opinion, we should be closer to adolescents provide positive advice for them and guide them when they are in the development stage. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.